Bienvenido y gracias por venir hoy. Mi español es limitado, así que perdóname. Mi nombre es Mara DeWitt y soy la presidente del Centro de Artes. Estamos abriendo el fantástico espectáculo. Por favor, disfrute de hermosas obras de arte y refrescos. Now for English. That was as good as I could get. So welcome and thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate your attendance and we're very excited for Francisco's work to be on exhibit. I'd like to just thank Missy Parent, who is someplace. She made the empanadas. Elsie Torres made the rice and the guava things that I don't even know the name of, but I wish I now know how to make. And Dimitri was able to get a donation from Los Vecinos, so we do have some of their food as well. So thank you to everyone that contributed as in addition. A couple of reminders. On your way out, there are coupons for a fundraiser we're doing at Pizzeria Uno. So if you could pick those up, it starts on the 24th. You just have to go and have dinner or lunch and then give them this ticket. That's all we need you to do. So with that, I would like to introduce Francisco Rivera Barrero. Many of you know him. He's infamous for his murals in town. He started his career in Puerto Rico a few years ago, went to New York City, then back to Puerto Rico, and now brings his talent to here to us in Southbridge. And he's going to give a little gallery talk. I'm going to run the slides, but certainly feel free to ask any questions. If anyone's interested in buying anything, we do have some prints for sale as well as the pieces. You can see me or Julie, who's the other tall lady running around, and we'll be very happy to help you with that sale. Okay, so with that, Francisco.
Thank you, everyone. And like she said, I'm going to try my best to talk English to you, but in Spanish also. So I will be saying things in Spanish and then be patient because I'm going to translate for the people that speak Spanish. I have to take thanks to main creation, Maria Colon, because with her help, I did the mural back there and in her garage, and I have done a couple of paint. And I would like to say thank you, the ones that have come here to watch this, and in Spanish. Quiero darle las gracias a María Colón, que fue la que me ha ayudado a recrear las pinturas, a hacer el mural en su área que ella me prestó para hacer los murales, etc. Muchas gracias a los que han venido y continue. Okay. After that, what I'm going to show here is called From Puerto Rico to Southbridge. Lo voy a presentar aquí es de Puerto Rico a Southbridge. Why? Because I have done a lot of Puerto Rican landscape, many things, many painting, and I want you to see. Also, it's cultural in Spanish. Lo que ustedes también van a ver ahora pues son paisajes de Puerto Rico. Estos paisajes están basados en la cultura puertorriqueña. Muchos de estos pinturas están a los alrededores. Most of these paintings that you're going to be seeing at the, with the projector is around here, but in order, I won't be able to, replace them, and in order to not to pass that trouble, thanks to Julie and her husband that made this slideshow. Gracias a Judy y al esposo que fueron los que me dieron la oportunidad de hacer esto en slideshow para presentar todos estos murales que ustedes ven alrededor, para así traer nuestra cultura puertorriqueña. In order to show my culture, I have to, maybe you've been asking why he have an afro. Most of the people here have a neat haircut like a soldier. Well, I'm too old for the soldier. And the reason is because in my blood I haven't desire like that. I was born with blood of African, Taino Indian, and Spanish. Ustedes me verán con el afro, se preguntarán que por qué tengo el afro, es por mis raíces que son indígenas, africanas y españolas. So, vamos a empezar with that very beginning. We're going to start, please. In here is the first painting that I did was the Igneri Indians. That's how they been called. The Igneri Indians from South America travel in a little boat called piragua to the little island until they get to Puerto Rico. Estos son los indios Igneri que venían de Sudamérica, viajando en piraguas para llegar así a lo que fue nuestra Boriquén, Puerto Rico. Boriquén was the name that they put at that island. They used to collect fruits and fish and all that to live and survive. Ellos cocinaban pescado y colectaban fruta para sobrevivir en ese medio ambiente. After they got to the island, they liked it, and some of them stood on the island and prayed to the gods that the creature that has born there, born very gentle. Taíno is the word for gentle in Arawak language. Ellos le pedían a los dioses que sus hijos que nacieran allí fueran gentiles, hombres buenos de paz, y así pues el nombre Taíno. Okay, so they praying that. Thank you. Next one. Here's a Yucayeque. He's a village, Taíno Indian village, called in Arawak Yucayeque. Means the whole area. Aquí pueden ver, you can see here, the bohíos. It was our secondary houses with conic roof that they used to build. It was inside pole and the walls goes around. From one side to the pole, they hang beds, hamacas. Estos eran los bohíos. Había un palo en el medio, de ese palo en el medio, en las paredes que lo circundaban, habían las hamacas colgantes. The chieftain, el cacique, he have a rectangle house. The chieftain, well, the distinguished of him was a gold medal disc that he had right in front of his chest. That's distinguished from the rest of the population. El cacique era distintivo por el guanín que tenía en el pecho, un disco de oro. In here, I'm putting them as the Cohoba ritual. Remember, and I have to be, I gotta touch this. By that time, it was no religion at all, no hospital, no nothing. So they have to survive in that type of weather and in the area. De esa forma fue que ellos vinieron a sobrevivir en nuestra isla. Acuérdense que hacían rituales aquí, el ritual mágico religioso de la Cocoba. They used to play the bateau game, which is the softball, the soccer. Well, so it was a primitive game. Now they play everywhere. And here's the crops. They grow corn. And here's the buhiti, which means the medicine man, the ones that use plants to cure. Aquí tenemos al buhiti, es uno de los que utilizaba las plantas para curar. Aquí vemos la siembra de maíz, lo mismo que acá, el conuco. Okay, next. Here is the arrival of Christopher Columbus. Aquí está la llegada de Cristóbal Colón. They thought, the Indians thought that they were gods. Why? Why? Llegaba de Cristóbal Colón y los indios pensaban que ellos eran dioses. ¿Por qué? If they were naked, they saw their belly button, call it cochoco in Taíno language. So, you don't see my belly button now, but if I'm naked, you will see and I will see yours. But when they saw these clothes, the clothes moving with the air and no belly button, they thought they were goddess. So that's the reason the Indians treat them like that, like goddess. En esta, la relación para tratarlos como dioses era porque no se veía el ombligo, sino el belly button, el ombligo. Al no tener ombligo y estar tapado con ropa, pues ellos creían que eran dioses. Meanwhile, this was happening, they were bringing through the back the slaveries, the slave. And next one, please. In the next one, it's according to the time has been passed. They came on the second time and they start making war, the Indians against them. Then this happens around the world, and you know that. This happens everywhere. So I'm just telling the story of Puerto Rico. Esto es la segunda llegada que ustedes ven aquí, es cuando ellos llegaron y empezaron a quemar. Esto ha pasado en todo el mundo, donde quiera que fueron los españoles. So they fired the houses, they killed, they took the guanin, the gold, and killed the chieftain. And of course, this is what happens when where the slavery starts. If I go over to your place and with a gun or something I take over, you'll be my slave. You do whatever I decide. De esta forma que fue que se hicieron los esclavos. Vinieron, mataron, le quitaron el guanín, el oro a los indios y entonces cogieron a los esclavos. Like you see here, here's a Spaniard that used a black woman, African, but they also use Indian. What I'm showing here is that it's going to be a mixture. The next one I'm going to be explaining that. It will be a white boy because of him, and it will be a black on the hearts of the Indian because the mixture, of course. Como ustedes ven aquí, van a ver al español que nace un indio blanco y a la parte de allá va a haber una india que nace con un niño negrito. Next one, please. Genocide and slavery. The women for that age suffer a lot. That's the reason I try to paint both in one. As you see here, how they treat them, and you see back there, same thing. Teardrop from both mothers. No lo explique, pero yo creo, hay muchas personas que hablan español aquí. Usted, si acaso, in order to continue in English, yo voy a decir cualquier cosa, me hacen la señal, okay? So, it's only one or two persons. Welcome! Guys here, Mark is here. Yes. In here is the races, the mixture of the races. Here's a mulatto. Mulatto comes from a Spaniard, white person, mix it with a black woman, African black woman. His lips change, his hair change, but the color, dark skin color doesn't change. Here's a sambo. A sambo is a mixture of an Indian with a black person, and that's the reason because of her mother got those big talents. You know, most of the women that from Puerto Rico gets that through that mixture. From this and Spaniard was born the Puerto Rican. And the picture that this is better?
Dad.
Jan. The one who answered is my daughter Maria. She's back there. And she gave me the picture of her daughter, and this is my granddaughter's.
Aww.
Change, please. Okay, in here, this picture comes from a poem. I like to always say it in Spanish, but I'm going to say it in English, okay? So let me take this so you could go through it. First of all, I'd like to say that it's important to know that the people that wrote the poem, he was black. He was feeling so proud of his black color because of all his ancestor has suffered and all the things that happened, and they are still alive and continuing. So he wrote this poem, and he doesn't care about the words that he used on them. So I'm gonna try to translate it in English for you to understand. So Tembandumba is the Queen of Africa, represented here by the lady. Okay? So the poem goes like this. Throughout the lightest street of the Antilles goes Tembandumba of the Kimbamba. Rumba macumba canton de bamba. Different type of drum rhythms. In between two lines of black faces, in front of her, a Negro Congo, a gong and a maraca. Rhythm of a conga, bomba que bamba. Shaking her butt, the black lady walks through, and from her hips, slippery out, some giggles movement that the Negro transformed in rhythms of sugars and molasses. Black trapeze of sensual movement, the big hit, maze, and the green hit ends up in dance. Throughout the lightest street of the Antilles goes Tembandumba of the Kimbamba, Tortola flower, rose of Uganda. For you crackles of bombas and bambulas, for you in calendas without stop. The shining sun burns up your truly blood. Haiti offers you the pumpkin. Jamaica offers you the fire drum. Cuba is telling you, hit it, mulata. And Puerto Rico, sweet and honey. 1,000 dudes of black faces hit the drum by great mirage throughout the lightest street of the Antilles. Rumba, macumba, canton de bamba, rumba, canton de bamba, goes Tembandumba of the Kimbamba. So we're going to continue. I was going to say in Spanish, pero two people, ¿lo entendiste, verdad? Okay. In here, I projected. I was a kid when I painted. When I saw this one, I painted here an old house, my grandfather's house. The floor was wood. You can see wood. On here is a lot of corn, and back there you can see through the window. Back there is the fireplace where they cook. Out here is Mori Bibi roasting the pork for the festivity. From over there, around from our neighbor used to come to the party, of course. You know that the prettiest girl like to show off. You know that. So in here, they used to play the cuatro and the guitar and the music. Ay lo de lo la, y lo de lo la, singing and all that. The type of punch that they have for drink, and they have oils, aceituna y cosas. I cannot translate everything in English. So that's kind of an inside party on a wooden house. It happens to 1960 to 1970. The wooden houses look like that without paint. If you have any question, just go like that. Okay.
Was the trade like sugar cane at this time, or was there a trade, something that they were growing and selling?
Good question. In Puerto Rico, the weather is almost the same. So, but actually, the sugarcane stick, in order to sembrar and collect it, it comes from February to around August. It's kind of like that. The rest of the time, they go to the farm and do other things, collecting coffee beans, producing tobacco, some other work. But actually from agriculture, that's it. It was the only thing that.
That was the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. The cuatro, that's a Puerto Rican instrument, correct? How did that come about?
De la guitarra y la vihuela con sus manos transformó y surgió la bordonúa, el cuatro y tiple talló. Let me get inspiration. Okay, the guitars come from Spain and the bordonúa also. Okay, but the Puerto Rican Indian, the Taino Indian, they used to sing in order to let the others know the history about them. So the heritage makes them handcraft men, people that started to do things with their hands. So the Puerto Rican cuatro is our own developed instrument. So by years they have developed. It have 12, 10 chords. She knows because your brother?
My dad and my brother made some.
They made them. Okay. And they also make a tiple, which is a small one with 3 or 4 chords. Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Any other question? Okay, continue. Yeah, you can see here. One second, please.
Come on, Shirley. Come in. Look at you.
Yeah. In here, I came from another poem, but I haven't translated this one. I'm going to say it in Spanish, and probably you're going to, well, I'm going to do it with a poem after. It's going to be 3 of the same thing. So I'm going to try to describe. The poem is called From Coyotes. Cuando salí de Coyotes, when I get out from Coyotes. Coyotes is the neighborhood where he was born. He was going out and he was on a little female queen horse going away from his house. He saw the house going away, and that was his mom saying with a handkerchief, "Oh, bye, my dear son," all that. And the smoke spreading out on the sky. Next, please.
Oh, next, I'm sorry. I was enthralled with your...
After he passed that point, he saw and he came to live at the city, the buildings, the theater, the coffee shop, the plaza, the park, the walks, sidewalks, and with a beautiful woman, he fell in love. His first love, oh my God. And then he tried to get what everybody had, the power of money and all that. But then after he had suffered, he saw on a dream that his mother passed away, and he saw her again saying, "My dear son, how you doing?" And then the smoke spreading out on the sky. Oh, how much I want to give out in order to go back to my house, to my hometown. That's Coyotes. Next one. I'm going to say it in Spanish now.
Yeah.
Cuando salí de Coyotes fue en una jaquita valla, por un sendero entre mallas arropadas de cundiabos. Adiós malezas y flores de la barranca del río, a mis noches de bohío y aquella apacible calma, a los viejos de mi alma y a los hermanitos míos. Qué pena la que sentía cuando hacia atrás yo miraba. Una casa se alejaba y esa casa era la mía. La última vez que volví los ojos, allí yo vi un blanco vuelo de aquel maternal pañuelo empapado con el zumo del dolor. Más allá, el humo esfumándose en el cielo. La campestre floración era triste, opaca y mustia, y todo como una angustia me arropaba el corazón. La jaca, a su discreción, iba a paso perezoso. Zumbaba el viento oloroso a madreselvas y pinos, y las ceibas del camino parecían sauces llorosos. No recuerdo cómo fue. Aquí la memoria pierde. mas en mi oro de recuerdo, recuerdo que al fin llegué. La urbe, el teatro, el café, la plaza, el parque, la acera, y en una novia hechicera hallé el ramaje encendido, donde colgué el primer nido de mi primera quimera. Luego, y en pos de ideales, me hirió la envidia, la insidia y la codicia de los mortales, y urdiendo en sueños triunfales, volví a ver el blanco vuelo de aquel maternal pañuelo empapado con el zumo del dolor. Más allá, el humo, esfumándose en el cielo. ¡Ay, la gloria! ¡Ay, la gloria es tan solo viento! Y el placer tormento, y el poder osco gusano. Ay, si estuviera en mis manos, borrar mis triunfos mayores, y a mi bohío de collores volver mi jacabaya por un sendero entre mallas, a paso de cumpliamores. Thank you. Okay, so it's history through the paintings, and in here comes the part that the Puerto Rican try to fight against the Spaniard. Okay? In here is a Spaniard through the window, she's hiding. Betances, which was one of our leaders, smart leader, he was the one that designed the first flag of Puerto Rico for the Grito de Lares, the Scream of Lares. What happened here was that after she finished, she gave it to the group during the afternoon. But someone tell the Spaniard what was going to go on, and they wake up early and caught them. So instead of going, a la lucha, let's fight, let's get it, you went like, oh my God. That was the Scream of Lies. It's history, what I'm trying to project here according to the paint and the history. Next, please. Now, the one I was talking about, it was 1865. This is 1898, the Puerto Rican, the Spanish and American War. This is the part when the USA Marine got to Puerto Rico in order to fight with the Spaniard, and they doesn't want to fight. They just give the island for 20 million, price like that, and they run away. So the Spanish-American War, you can hardly see much information about it because it was no war. When the Americans got there on the other side of the island, that's what happened. And here is the USA Marine Sampton ship who went, if this is the map of Puerto Rico, they are down here. But this ship was before here in Old San Juan, and he throws 500 cannonballs and make the city on fire. You could look in history to see that. After that, he knew what was going to happen, going backwards to go across and fight with the Spaniard, and nothing happened. Any questions? Next. Okay. After that, we've been American citizen. The people from Puerto Rico started traveling, especially one of the first parts that they traveled was to New York. My father was a veteran. He fought on the Second War. And in here, many of you have heard about Macho Camacho, Héctor el Macho Camacho, who, what a better person to represent in what I'm saying is because of the way he talks Spanish. It wasn't correct way because he knows a lot of English. This is called New Yorican. Why we call them New Yorican? Because he was born in New York from a Puerto Rican father. He probably, like he did, understood most of the word, but his first language was English, not Spanish. So that's how it becomes the New Yorican. Next, please. In here, this painting shows from Puerto Rico through the world has spread out the seeds, not only New Yorican, to all the Americas, South and Center. And from there, if we mix up a Mexican with a Puerto Rican, it will be called Mexican, Dominica Rican, Costa Rican, Puerto Riqueño, and so like that. I paint the flower, which cost me a lot of work to paint this here. Okay, change please. That's my daughter and my granddaughter. And she started to paint.
Yay!
She's saying, Grandpa, move to the side. Okay, in here. He's after the years, how the Puerto Rican have developed with those race mixture. The mulatto, which is Roberto Clemente, that probably you have here, he plays on baseball with the Pirates, and he died. Chayanne, which is a singer, he represented Taínos Indian. His quality of gentleman, nice as a singer, he really project the Taíno Indians. Tito Trinidad, a three-time champion, and he represents the Africans, of course. But he's from Puerto Rico, Tito Trinidad, and I forgot his name. Raúl Juliá.
Oh, yeah.
Many of you have seen him in movies and especially on Addams Family. So throughout the world, the seed has been spread. In here, we have 5 Miss Universe. 5. So that means that the ladies are pretty. With just a little. But I try to put like our 6 slides of the flag, each one on each one. Next, please. And this is the last one of the painting, is Joseph Acaba, a Puerto Rican astronaut. Wow. Okay? And this is all about Puerto Ricanidad. I know more information, but in order to say it in English is hard. For me it's hard, but I did my best. Next one?
Yep, us.
Okay. Julie told me that to come here and try to get you here and touch your neighbor fibers, because we are neighbors in here in Southbridge. So as the minute that she said that, I went like, ding! I got something for that. She didn't know it until yesterday, I think it was. This is a painting I did when I went to Ground Zero 3 years after it happened. After all the news and all that, I traveled, I wanted to see the place like everybody did. And somehow the impulse of the spiritual things hit me or caught me, and this is what I wrote and I painted. In order to say how I wrote it, I have it here. The Anonymous. Don't ask me why I did it. Does it matter? Don't ask me if they were my parents. spouse, husband, son, or father, or rich, Asiatic, African, American, Latin, or Jewish. In a moment of crisis, who cares about who you are? The important thing is that we saw a human being that needs help, who make a cry for the loss of so many innocent souls, who ran to save them, who was really there to give a hand, who worked so many hours without sleep, looking for life to save, who lost a brave man or a brave woman that gave their lives trying to save lives. Who did it? We did. The anonymous. People that you see every day and don't know that they are also heroes. Nurses, neighbors. Let me say it again. Neighbors. Because sometimes you don't know when you're going to need help from your neighbor. You don't know when. Doctors, emergency technicians, people that travels or work in that area. Do you really want why we did it? Because at that moment, we were transformed to be God's hands full of love. Okay, thank you. And if you have any other questions?
Thank you so much, Francisco. It was wonderful. If anyone wants to come back, we're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday, Francisco will actually be here, so feel free to come back and spend a few minutes with him privately if you'd like. We're open 12 to 4 on the weekends and 2 to 6 on Fridays.
Remember to spread out the news
Yep.
that what you see, tell others to come.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.